sandwiches.
Right. I know a guy.
Could you imagine having JTB design an
Designing
interstate?
roads. No, but I
Because
did.
if you don't do that job, then bridges collapse.
Well, so yeah, here's the thing. That like okay, 400 and 285. Like you know how that's been like under construction for like 10 years now.
So you're talking about 6 to 85.
Uh, huh?
Wait, you're talking about
Like
wait.
285. I'm sorry, 285 and 400. Is that what I said? 285 and 400. Georgia 400.
Yeah, so 685.
Are you adding
if
these
you
together?
added
If you added them
together.
together, yeah, it would be 685, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good math.
That's what I'm working on
On your
my
mental
left
math.
my left brain and mental math. You know, I just add things. I'm like
What's 3 times 3?
6. Wait, no, 9.
There you go. This is good though. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it in 2
Well, I got times and plus confused,
because they were like the same thing,
but sideways.
sideways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus an X, and then later they were like, oh, it's just a dot, and then later they're all like, oh, if you just put it next to a thing, then that just means
Yeah,
it.
we're put parentheses around it.
Yeah, you put parentheses around it, or if it's like just next to a variable, that just means it's times. It's like why does times get all those? Divide had the one symbol that then I never saw again after learning it.
Dot
The dot
over.
with the over,
Yeah.
and then it just became
turn check over, right?
no. That's like
What is that?
that's like square.
I
You
used
do
to
long
know.
division.
I used to know how to do math.
Oh, dude,
now
long
I have
division?
no idea how to do it.
Well, we have computers that do that for us now, so we don't have to worry about this. So is this
Oh, wow.
this is
We're live
live?
right
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
really.
you guys are live on Facebook, YouTube,
we got them all.
I'm blue. I'm a gabba do bob.
Kick, and Twitch.
Oh wow.
So we're multicasting.
we're
here.
multicasting here.
It looks good. I
live.
mean, the lighting looks interesting. Should we
So are
have-
the 2 viewers you and that screen?
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know. I don't think.
Or
No, there's one person on Kick and one person on Twitch.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hello to you
Yeah.
guys.
all right. Well,
We're just chatting.
um,
We're testing out the power of our
the power of podcasts.
headquarters. The power of podcasts combined.
So I mean, if we want to talk brass tacks, you want to talk brass tacks.
Yeah,
I
brass
mean,
tacks.
you know how expensive this equipment is going to be. With
that we're working with.
like, I'm saying, maybe being able for people to like rent this space instead of having to acquire more equipment is going to be a good. It's going to be. It's actually might end up becoming something in our favor.
Good for us.
Because a lot of this equipment, a lot of people can do, podcasting pretty easily with like cheap, just with like what they have at home.
And somebody
But-
said something.
No, it's our bot mediator.
Oh, bot mediator matrix.
But tricks.
So yeah, we're sitting here learning how to do things
Yeah. So how's this?
live. So this
Yeah.
is inside Action Show Studios. A little inside
Yeah.
look at how it works.
Yeah, we're inside.
We're
We're
inside,
inside the studios,
the studio testing the
Um,
equipment.
and we can talk. I mean, inside the
Yeah, we
action,
get fun.
inside the Action Show Studios. Where we interview just each other. Just
And
you and me.
sometimes we might interview characters for each other.
Yeah, and then
get the process out.
and what were those? What was the questionnaire that the guy would do on that show? It's like
I don't know.
when you go to heaven and you ask, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
What were
God
those?
why are there brain eating amoebas? That's my question.
You think like so God made everything, so he's like, yeah, throw in a few of those brain eating
Let's
amoebas.
see how those do.
Do those those things that go up in your urethra and
Yeah.
latch on, and then you just
They spike.
yeah. What are
and
those
then you're
things?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
God's
in
like,
Amazon.
yeah, I just sprinkled a few of
They're
those
in
into the Amazon.
Yeah, I think they're only in the Amazon too.
Well, I think you can get them anywhere now. Amazon
Anywhere?
ships anywhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that that
That's what-
hook.
That hook in the logo. Huh?
Now we have a visitor from YouTube.
All right,
Hello,
YouTube.
YouTube.
All right.
From the powers of YouTube.
Yeah, that's what that is in that Amazon, in the Amazon logo, that arrow with the
Penis head on the end of it.
I keep forgetting how.
Well,
long
that's because
is.
this is a test drive.
This is a test
We're test driving our online.
And I don't know how close-
resources. So, can you guys hear us very well?
Can you hear us breathing? All right, Vader.
Yeah.
That's some good Vader, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do the voice.
Oh, I do double. I'm Darth Vader.
I'm Darth Vader.
It's like a Homer. So Andor does start though.
Yeah,
like
Andor
Andor comes
coming
back.
I'm excited. Well, we were talking earlier. There's a theory that Micro from The Punisher is the same actor who plays in Andor as the Double Crosser, and the guy playing Ben Grimm in the upcoming Fantastic Four flick.
This is a rumor.
This is a rumor I've not yet confirmed, but I've been told they're the same guy.
Wow.
But the hair and the beard does a lot of difference for the Micro.
And why did I haven't seen Daredevil in a long time.
Well, this is the Punisher series.
Or with Punisher, whatever it was. I knew it was one of the Netflix ones.
Right, Netflix Punisher.
But I thought that guy was a different guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was a guy. I thought he was in Westworld, and he was in It's Always Sunny.
Well, maybe
sometimes
could they be the same
as a
guy?
McCoy. No, these are different guys. This
You're
is a different
sure?
guy.
You're
This is
sure
a
it
different
was-
guy than Ben Grimm, the new Ben Grimm.
Or it's not.
And he's a different guy than the Double Crosser, who is the same guy as Ben Grimm.
Right. So there's a.
And I think he's going to play a Beetle in the Beatles.
We could find this out really easily through IMDb. But it's
But
a
I'm
lot more
boycott-
fun
no,
to
I'm boy-
speculate.
no,
It's
I'm
a lot
boy-
more fun to speculate.
I'm
Or we
boycotting
ask you,
it.
the chat. Yeah, chat. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Do you think it's the same actor as Ben Grimm?
But I can't remember.
And/or Punisher,
You want me to look it
or
up? No, you want me to go to?
no, I mean
Go-
Sean, our
Sean's
producer
getting it up.
Sean Bokelman can do it if he so felt like, or
So-
we just keep speculating.
I mean, that guy's the guy I'm thinking of is in a lot of things though, and they have similar like kind of weird faces. But I
No,
can't.
look, is that Shia LaBeouf
Where?
right there?
This guy?
Yeah,
That's Andor.
who?
That's Andor.
That's it. Oh, weird.
That-
That looks like Shia LaBeouf.
It's the and there's
it's a
Yeah, there
small
you go.
beard. Yeah, all right. Bigger. He looks
he looks
like
good. He looks good.
tiny. He looks like Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. So
Stalin Skarsgård, or Stalin.
Stalin- yeah, that's a good
I
Skars.
like
Yeah.
him a lot.
Infinity
Infinity Scream.
The way he talks is great. He was also he was the Baron in Dune, too.
Yeah, and Andy Serkis is a lot less animal-like than I thought in real life.
Yeah, I know. It was good to see him not
Having
not wearing a suit with a bunch of ping pong balls on it.
Yeah,
and
not to
then-
have just to be the world's greatest animal actor.
I mean, what he coined a term for what he does as a motion.
Circusing around.
Yeah, he called-
It's the motion circus.
yeah. He called it motion circusing. That's what he called it.
That's great. That's trademarkable. And then he teaches it.
Yeah. He's like, what you want to make sure is that the ping pong balls are always visible.
If the ping pong balls aren't visible, then it's not going to be able to capture between the device, the laser beams, yourself as the vessel.
Yeah.
The ping pong balls deliver the vessel.
And you deliver the performance.
That's a good Andy. That's a good Andy Serkis. That's really good.
Oh, thank you. That was one I've been working on. No, I haven't.
I mean, that was really good. It seems like you've been working on it.
It seems like it, but It's just my raw natural talent.
Everything you do is improvised. Is this true? Is this true? In all your roles, everything you do is
everything. Every role.
Every role you've ever done, is it improvised or not? Do you have some scripted?
There have been some scripted things in my time, yeah. But there are ones that I didn't. But the thing is, I didn't know the script until I got there. Yeah. Until I got on set.
So that's your process.
So that's my process.
We have a similar process. My process is that I don't know the roles or any of what's going on until the moment, before the scene takes place.
I think that provides the rawest result.
Right,
which is
the realist.
The realist. Yeah, it's because if you are confused,
hold on, we might have a guest.
Oh, I can't tell because these headphones.
Hello.
Come on in.
Someone's here. We got a guest at the front door.
Oh, Byron. We got a
Byron. We got a Byron in
the studio. We're just testing stuff.
We're testing stuff, but it is live.
Yeah, we are live. We have 4 people. Hello. Hello to all 4 of you. We're joined off screen by Byron.
Yeah, Byron's off screen.
We don't have enough cameras or anything yet to. Hold on, we're working on it.
We might
have. Working on it. Something's happening on the fly right now. We're gonna see if we can do this.
We could probably do a handheld,
on the fly.
Like a handheld bag, right? Yeah, like we got handhelds in that bag.
This is why
it's here.
It's a test. We're doing it. It's a test drive, Byron, and it's completely improvised. We didn't even know Byron was coming by today.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's hard to
nobody knew you were coming by. You never know. Oh, excuse me. I just peeked You never know who's gonna be stopping by Action Show Studios because our doors are always open.
Yeah.
We have armed guards everywhere though. So
yeah,
that's the give and take.
Right. I mean.
Yeah. We've hired Blackwater. That's the give and take of pure open freedom. Is by being protected at gunpoint. Yeah. We're not worried about the other people. They're pointing at us.
Yeah.
And if we get out of line, we're getting shot.
Yeah. You hear me okay?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Byron's on.
And Byron's on.
He's a little dark.
Yeah.
A little dark.
Okay. Some light on.
It's all right. I've been out in the sun a little bit.
Maybe that one, but I don't know.
I think maybe.
Wait. Oh, hold on. We got something going on here.
Okay,
so our producer Sean Bokelman is just running around.
He's doing all
in the
work.
background, like some type of producer ninja.
I feel like a producer, guys.
Okay, just a little bit. That looks a little bit better. That's not that bad.
You're in the tool shed, Byron. So.
yeah, we need to hang up some tools back there.
So this segment's brought to you by the Home Depot.
Yeah, you need more power.
You remember that the improv show we did, the sitcom show? Did you do that?
Yeah, I remember doing a sitcom with Byron. Because I remember a Golden Girls episode we did that ended with Byron like wearing one of their skins. And I'm like, oh my god,
that's the only way the Golden Girls can end.
But like the Tool Time episode,
their papery skin and.
Yeah,
the Tool Time episode.
I don't
like every transition was like, and just people just going wild as like garage equipment.
That was silly.
Boom, 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 no.
They should do like full-time reunion episode.
Yeah.
None of the kids talk to him anymore.
He's an alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic now.
Yeah, Wilson's dead.
Yeah, it starts at Wilson's wake or whatever.
Yeah, Wilson's funeral.
Yeah.
Al Borland's transitioned.
Yeah. Now he's Alice Borland.
No, it's Sal Borland.
Alice.
Yeah, Alice Borland.
Bam. And he's like, I'm just a man out of time. He starts stealing cocaine again.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that was
classic Tim Allen.
I mean, he's got another one of those shows on right now where he's like,
oh, with Kat Dennings or whatever.
Yeah. I saw a commercial for it. I mean, it seems like the same show he's been doing. He had another one that was the same thing. He was like, I'm just a man and the world is different than I expected it to
was
be.
It Last Man Standing?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, I don't understand the world.
He keeps doing the same sitcom over and over again.
Tim Allen.
Now he's got the one with the hot chick.
Yeah, Kat Dennings. Yeah. Well, Tim Allen is basically the living version of Frozen Caveman Lawyer, except without the law degree.
But he did snitch. So he is a snitch.
He is a snitch. He snitches and stitches.
I would just like to say, buy tickets for The Effect at the Robert Mello Studio Black Box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Robert Mello. The Robert Mello, his studio, Black Box, in Decatur, Georgia.
In Decatur, Georgia, you have the Robert Mello Studios.
Robert Mello.
It's a really
Esquire.
nice. It's a really nice space.
It's it is a lovely space. Byron, have you been out to?
I have not been out there. No.
It's very spacious.
Yeah.
It's very black box.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's my favorite type of box.
He's got a cascade of rooms that you go through. One with a stained glass window.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a stained glass window he installed?
It's like
So like a nativity, but it's of improvisers, like famous
no,
improvisers like
I think-
Colin Mockery and
No, that's a
that's
different.
a dad's
That's
garage.
Dad's garage.
That's a dad's garage.
That's God's garage. They've got
the, what
Last
do they
Supper.
call
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
The Da Vinci.
the Demagerie or whatever.
I don't know what they called it. You're
Yeah.
talking about this really
No,
called?
what it's
or-
really called. Isn't it something like the menagerie or something?
I
What is the
called it
menagerie?
a menagerie is like a collectioner's zoo. It's the famous episode of it's the pilot episode of Star Trek,
Yeah.
the original, the menagerie. Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, I
menagerie,
think
yeah.
I think it's same
It's the same
thing.
thing.
yeah.
Same thing, right?
Right, sure.
Right.
Sure.
What are you talking about?
Captain Kirk fighting a lizard man.
Well, the pilot didn't have Kirk. It had,
Pike,
and
right,
then,
Yeah, Pike, and then they re-edited it.
Yeah,
like,
where he was
pierced
in
it,
the
pieced it together.
where he was in the little.
Yeah, it's some good television. They don't make television like that anymore.
No, they don't. They barely make television anymore. It's all reality television now.
Oh,
Which is
really?
not which is not real.
Which isn't an art. It's not an art.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really watch it, but I mean, there's something to it. Like the way that those people behave. I mean,
I mean, there's
you're
entertainment
talking
value.
you're talking like Real Housewives kind of stuff.
Yeah,
or-
there's
Sure.
hot
Yeah,
goss and entertainment value, but it's not an art. There's no
I agree
art
with
of
that.
being.
I agree with that.
Like,
it's not an art.
You could argue. I mean, you could argue like that it's an art, like
Of
the
being a rich
Kardashians.
wife.
Right.
The Kardashians are an art, like could be considered an art project.
Like their entire
Her ass is definitely
I mean,
an art project. Dude.
their entire
I mean, the
family
whole
is just an art
I mean,
installment.
the whole thing, this whole
It's
family that's a
project.
business
Project
Oh, yeah.
is a good, I think, good
name
term
for it,
Like,
an art project.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's art.
a
I don't
family,
think
a family art project.
Project Kardashian.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I mean-
sounds like a CIA project, which probably isn't too far down the street.
Or it could be the Kardashians from Star Trek.
Yeah,
What if the
aliens.
Kardashians are secretly Cardassians?
that could be. Yeah,
Okay,
And-
Tom Von Dolan, hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
as a Bajoran, I would take great.
I'll be,
Oh, we got to take a phone call.
Oh, we gotta take a phone call. I guess we're gonna cut the
All
commercial
right, all
break.
right, okay. We'll do some live
I'm
reads.
stuck to the.
How are you? You
I
button?
button myself in.
He buttoned himself in.
I'm trying to.
All right.
Yeah, you
It
can hear
might
what
be a
you
little
sound.
hot.
You sound. I mean, that mic sounds good too.
Does it sound good? Oh yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
Was this
that's just like a
SM57?
space
58. Nice. I'm glad we upgraded. Moved up from that awful, terrible 70-year-old SM57 to the more modern 60-year-old SM58.
mic. Yeah, we're getting high tech here. I think that came
Doing
from.
it. I mean, these cameras are high tech.
The cameras are nice. The cameras are nice. This is Black Magic.
Studio Pro.
Oh, the Studio Pros? Nice.
I mean, we are
We have
professionals.
actually one more too.
Oh. Well, golly gosh. I do like the Black Magics. They are nice.
What you been up to, Byron?
Just been getting laid off. I'm looking for jobs.
Laid off?
Yeah, I got laid off in January.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Like I was working at KPMG. I'm working in talent acquisition marketing. And when you've been laying people off, rolling layoffs for the last 2.5 years, like eventually you got hit. Eventually I got hit. I mean, like you're not hiring people if you're constantly laying people off. If I'm working in a talent acquisition marketing, it's not really conducive.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 1 year one layoff in 1 year, which that year probably had 3 layoffs, maybe 4. They laid off like 5% of the workforce. I was lucky I didn't get
at KPMG.
At KPMG, I was lucky I didn't get caught in that, but it eventually happened. I figured it was going to happen this year. I just didn't expect it to happen like so soon. Thought it'd probably happen, 6 months after the year started or whatever. Once the market and everything kind of settled in.
It said it hasn't. There's been no settling. So
there's been no settling.
No settled.
Yeah, no settling. Totally no market. Uh-oh. Yeah, you get cut out at the CIA.
I think it's the cable.
Yeah, I think it's the cable. Yeah, I think we're better.
Yeah. So what are you looking for now? Like,
I'm looking for more of like a leadership role. I actually had like 2 interviews this morning, like just initial like recruiter interviews. It's crazy. Like the first 2-3 months, because the end of January is when I got let go. So like the first like 2 months, I probably had like 2 or 3 interviews. This past week I've had like 7 interviews. Okay. It just like picked up. I don't know out of where or why, but I mean,
I'm not complaining. Did you say something in your resume now that says like AI specialist? And then they're like,
oh no, I mean I already had that kind of in there because at KPMG we were using AI, but I don't know what happened, but like literally within the past like week or 2, a bunch of recruiter jobs hit me up. I've had like 5, 6, 7 interviews, so hoping one of them pans out. They're all pretty good. There's one I talked about today, which would be like a really big leadership role.
In leadership, meaning like owning like a project or managing
yes,
a team?
It'd be more like sort of managing a line. I wouldn't call it business, but like one I interviewed for was like a VP marketing role, which I would love it. It sucks because it's like in office, and I would have to drive to Buckhead from where I live.
But driving to Buckhead from anywhere, sucks. But
the pay would be really good. So I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I think I could do it, but I've never been a VP of anything, so we'll see. Other ones are like managers and like director roles and things like that, which would pay good. I'd really like I went from like completely remote work, so if I get hybrid or remote, that'd be great. But at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'll go into office, and keep pushing, find another job that's remote when I need it, And I'm dating, my girlfriend lives in Colombia. She's getting her doctorates right now in marine geophysics. So I'm just trying to get to a position where when she's finished with that, we can figure out something about whether I move her, she moves here, whatever that happens to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got a lot going on.
Got a lot going on.
I'm currently VP of engineering.
Oh wow!
My engineering team is me.
Yeah. And that's it.
I have a couple contractors that I'll screw with, but
yeah.
But have you done like management stuff?
I've managed teams and projects and stuff before. Yeah. Like when I used to work at Moxie, which no longer exists, but it was like the biggest.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't know they didn't exist.
They don't exist anymore. They were part of Publicis Group. And eventually, they sort of like Publicis Group. It's a French company. It's one of like the 5 major holding companies. So like in advertising, 95% of agencies in the world are owned by like one of 5 or 6 giant holding companies. So like Publicis owns Razorfish, they own Saatchi and Saatchi. I don't know if any of these ring bells for you. You're not into marketing, but these are like well-known marketing, advertising agencies and stuff like that. So they like when I was working there, Publicis was the 2nd largest in the world, and they were going to merge with the 1st largest in the world. That ended up falling through, but like they're a giant holding company, you know, so they own all these different agencies. And so, you know, they bought Moxie, and then eventually, you know, Moxie long after I left, I guess Moxie went through some bad management. Eventually, they just kind of sort of diced it up and sold it off to the rest of the internal Publicis agencies and stuff like that. You know, split it to 4 Winds. So, but yeah, like Publicis Group is like this huge, and they own like so many agencies. But Moxie's no longer. But when I was there, you know, I was like running the local Chick-fil-A accounts, which means I was like creating content and the content calendar and managing the teams to create that content for all their local. So like Chick-fil-A, at least at the time, had their social content and social calendar split into national and local. National was sort of their national brand, like what they would push out. And so I was supporting that. But then I was also running the local. And what the local was like we would create content and everything, and then like all the local operators around the country could tap into that to feed their own local social channels.
So you'd have one with like the cows, and they've got like baseball stuff,
right? And that'd be like say, national.
Let's go Braves! But the last one could be changed to whatever the local team is in some other market.
Something similar like that, or it's like, you know, you have your national branded stuff, which is probably going to be like the more highly produced, and then you have your local branded stuff, which is going to be like memes and gifs of food or people enjoy, you know, like, and so you know, I was running that, and I was supporting that national, and then on top of that, I was like supporting other clients. What you looking for, Josh? You're back?
That was my sunglasses.
Oh, you gotta look cool.
Yeah. He's good with everything.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's good with
He just didn't feel like he had to respond to that because the other party was like, can't do it right now.
Yeah,
he's still interested.
Good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's got some good ideas cooking. You know,
that's good.
A lot of NDAs, things like that. You know, can't talk about.
Can't even talk about them being NDAs.
Yeah, you can't talk about the NDAs of the NDAs.
You can't talk about the NBA and the NDAs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, that what he's dealing with is kind of like being in the NBA of NDAs.
Yeah. So Byron, let's go back in time.
Okay, how far?
You know, me and Sil, not me and Sil. Sil was just doing this on his own, backing up all the classics, the ASPN.
Yeah, because Facebook's gonna remove all the live recordings.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this right now, Facebook's about to remove all the live recordings.
Download all those recordings.
So I've got them all. They're on our Dropbox actually.
Fantastic.
I can pull them up and.
Why are they deleting all the live recordings?
To make room for more live recordings.
Is that like a policy of theirs?
I got an email that said that they were getting rid of them. Yeah, so
like company wide. So
it's like it's like any of the archived ones. I think they're only going to maintain them for like a few, like for 90 days or something, 30 days, and then they're going to delete them.
Yeah.
So they've had them from all of our old ones from election coverage 2016 was like our first one of those that we did, and then it went.
Yeah, we had the world's most accurate poll.
Yeah, we had the
chug poll. So you have people chug for candidates, and whatever candidate you're representing.
Yeah.
If you win the chug poll,
that candidate would win.
That candidate would win the election.
Got you.
And so it's got 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
We've done it one time.
We've done it one time, and it's 100% accurate.
So.
But it was people didn't expect it. 2016, people didn't expect that.
Yeah, they didn't expect that accuracy through that type of scientific measures of I think like a 32-ounce beer or something.
Yeah.
Or 16-ounce beer.
Can somebody send me the link to this? I want to send it to my girlfriend so she can watch us live.
Oh, the link to what we're doing right now.
Yeah, what we're doing right now.
Just find Action Show Studios on any social media platform.
Okay.
Yeah, look for.
I'll let her know. I'll text her right now.
We're streaming it on.
Yeah. So can we even see who the viewers are? Can they say? Can they say something? Or
one Kick viewer, one Twitch viewer, and one YouTube.
Does it say who they are? Like
probably bots.
Yeah, it's probably.
I am the Kick viewer, so.
All right, so you account for one of them.
Yeah, we have
We have ourselves.
Yeah. So ASPN, we were bringing up ASPN.
ASPN. So Byron, I don't know. You represented you and Matt Villachet for a short period, or do you still have a law firm?
Repeat.
You and Matt Villachet were a part of a law firm for a while. I was curious if y'all were still part of this law firm that represented Gary Part 2, son of Gary.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Because, I don't know if it's still even been revealed who
Gary Part 2, son of Gary is.
Or who they are.
Well, we can't divulge that. We all are also under an NDA. But I will tell you there are two smashing, intelligent, lovely gentlemen behind
smashing
those.
As in handsome? Or
yes,
like,
the smashing as in
they
handsome.
They
also smash things.
Yeah,
they are
smashers.
professional wrestlers and improvisers.
Okay.
Which
we dabble in both.
Right.
Yeah.
We were producing a wrestling, like a live professional wrestling show for a while.
Right. Yeah. So like they hide behind their mask. So people
would you say that's a cowardice thing to hide behind a mask?
I don't think so. When you're as sought after and hunted as they are.
Well, because they killed Mike King's father. Is that what?
Something like that. Yeah.
Mike King killed their father. Mike King killed their father,
and so they
as an act of revenge for killing Mike King's father's father.
No, just out of sheer
hatred. How funny he was. How funny Gary was.
Irish anger, that sort of thing. Just came bubbled to the surface.
He had enough.
Yeah, he had enough. He's tired of it.
And this is alleged, though.
This was alleged. There's no evidence. There's only been accusations and innuendo.
Blind accusations.
Blind accusations and innuendo.
Which is like how we run a lot of our shows.
A lot of blind accusations.
Well, really is the only way to run the world, right? You just have to blindly point at something
and judge.
And if you're right, great. If you're wrong, just double down, right?
Yeah. Just double down.
Or move on. Yeah, you're never wrong. That's the beauty of America. You're never wrong.
Yeah.
So they.
This is America. I thought I'm always right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they had a rivalry with a group of bouncers, right? Local bouncers.
Mm-hmm.
There was something with bouncers, I remember.
Local bouncers that, for whatever reason, worked at this comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's Rough and Tumble Comedy Club.
Yeah. Then they got into a brawl,
a scuffle,
right in the
middle of the show.
Right in the middle of the show. We got that back
during a broadcast.
The bouncers were the ones who were.
I think they instigated the whole thing.
I believe that's true.
I thought it was the other way around.
Maybe it was the other way. Maybe the bouncers were just hanging out.
And Gary showed up.
Gary showed up.
And really put them in their place.
Yeah.
So, do you condone violence, Byron?
Especially when it's done against my enemies, yes.
Against your enemies?
Only my enemies, not my friends, and not myself. Who are your enemies? Well, my enemies are typically the people I just point at randomly and declare to be my enemies.
So it could be anyone.
It could be anyone at any time, anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. Yeah.
And you could also be my friend in the same manner.
So frenemies, that qualifies.
Sure.
So one of these frenemies, you might.
I'm torn when my frenemies are attacked. Part of me is happy they're being assaulted, and part of me is sad that they're being assaulted because they are my friends.
And you feel the same way when you're on either side of that spectrum?
Yes.
Like if you're the attacker or the attackee?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel bad both ways. Like if I have to attack my friend, I feel bad. If my friend is attacking me, I also feel bad.
Yeah, you're a very empathetic guy.
I try to be. I really try to see both sides of the story,
Yeah. It's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Some people, have related me to Deanna Troi.
From Star Trek?
Yes, from Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah, you are kind of like Troy.
Yeah, I've got nice tits.
That's what I was going to say. But we were talking about doing shock jock stuff, so we need like a soundboard that's like, well, you both got nice tits.
Yeah. You could be like our Southside Steve.
What?
You could be like our Southside Steve.
I can definitely do
get him to do some bits.
Massage parlor reviews
instead of yeah, come on, you need to come up with like
your catchphrase.
Whatever your catchphrase is.
All right then.
All right then. I like it.
All right then.
All right, then.
Yeah. All right, Byron, we're going to need you to try this random assortment of pills we found on the floor over here.
All right, then.
Oh, he's eating them. Oh!
Hey, Byron, we found this incredibly racist baseball player. We want you to take him to New York.
All right, then.
What do you think about British people?
I generally like them. They can be a fun bunch. They can also be a very drunk bunch. I remember when I was in Amsterdam in 2015.
So fairly recent.
Fairly recently, yeah, within the past decade. I was walking around the red light district, and like it was like that's basically Amsterdam is the British New Orleans essentially, and so.
So what is the red light district? Just for our three.
The red light district is where you can go to have fun. There are ladies of the night. There are substances, alcoholic and otherwise, for you to partake in. It's a very touristy spot, so there's also good places to eat.
If you partake in these things legally in that country, you can't get arrested for it being illegal in that country.
In America, that is correct. If you were Korean, South Korean, that is not correct.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
so in South Korea, recently, one of the stars of, I want to say it was one of the stars of either Squid Game or like one of those popular Korean shows, committed suicide about a year or so ago, because in Korea, like you're not, like if you were to be a South Korean citizen and you go to another country and say you smoke some weed and they found out about it, you can be punished for that. So it got discovered that he had smoked some weed, and the cops were really like harassing the hell out of him, and he drove to like a car park or something like that, and yeah, he killed himself.
Jeez. So how illegal is it there then?
I mean, it's illegal enough for the cops to harass you, finding out you smoked weed like 5 years prior.
Drive you to suicide.
Yeah, I mean, they were like harassing the shit, like, because a lot of people like, this is a weird story, and I looked into it, and it's like, no, like the cops like were like stalking him, essentially harassing, like really coming at him like full force of the government trying to come at you.
Because he went to a place where something was legal and he did something illegal there.
Yeah, he did something that's illegal in Korea there, yes.
And this is South Korea. We're not talking about North Korea.
This is South Korea. North Korea, you don't get to leave. And if you do, it's because you escaped, and then your family gets thrown into a camp.
Sounds like some pretty harsh consequences.
I agree.
Yeah, on both sides of the Korea.
Yeah.
Of course, because you're fighting Ukraine.
Yeah, there's that. That's the other reason you leave. You get sent to Ukraine, and then a fucking drone drops a grenade on your asshole.
From your own country?
No, from the Ukrainians.
Wait, what? Who's doing what?
The Ukrainians drop a grenade on the Koreans.
On a Korean?
On North Koreans, yeah.
What are North Koreans doing on the Ukraine?
Yeah, why are they in the Ukraine?
Oh, because like Russia and North Korea made a deal. Russia's running out of essentially all their munitions, and so they asked North Korea to send some troops. So they sent, I think, like 8,000 to 10,000 troops. But these are like North Korean. They've never seen war. Half of them are starving. I think half of them been caught basically like addicted to porn. Yeah, either like fleeing or they've been caught like addicted to porn.
What is this?
Yeah, basically, and they just sit around jerking off. They're just like like the whole time because they've never seen.
We're in the middle of a battle. It's
I've never seen titties before. Yeah, like that's real. Like a lot of them have been like basically just abandoned their duties, so to speak. I mean, if I was a North Korean and got sent to another country, I'd be the fuck out of Dodge personally. But
well, yeah, it would be very bizarre.
So if you were North Korean and you were sent to Ukraine to fight a war, or Russia to fight a war, you would then try to escape from that situation to another country.
Yes, I personally.
You personally.
But that's because you also know what it's like outside
that
of
is
North
true.
Korea.
Well, that's another thing. These guys get outside North Korea and they see like the world isn't what they were told it was.
They're like Captain America when he wakes up.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And so it's just like,
you know.
Well, it's like it would be like an alien. Like or like an ice. I mean, they're like so.
It's like Captain America. Captain America didn't know what the internet was,
dude. It's like
Captain America
still knew that it was.
It's like Starman, okay? Like
it's more like Starman.
It's like Starman. You're a little boy sitting in front of a fireplace.
With the dude, right?
Yeah, within
Isn't the dude Starman?
The dude is Starman, and then you grow up and you're like, I don't know what all this shit is. Yeah, I mean,
so do you think that The Big Lebowski is the sequel to Starman?
I've never thought of that, but I would like to believe that's true.
There's probably a YouTube theory about
that.
It probably is. There probably is a YouTube theory about how Big Lebowski is Starman,
and vice versa. Starman is.
Yeah.
And also, like, he's in Tron too.
Yeah, but I think they came out before Starman, if I remember correctly.
But Tron was like the beginning of it, and then
Tron's like really far in the future, though.
Tron's like in the 80s.
Yeah, but like it takes place in the future, right?
No, I think it takes place like in the 80s.
I'm not sure. I've seen Tron
once.
Place
in the 80s, and then Tron.
So wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that in the 80s there was a supercomputer strong enough to withhold an entire simulation that this guy got trapped inside of?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you saw how rudimentary it was. It was just like a bunch of wireframes.
It takes place in 1982. What about Tron? Tron the
Legacy.
Wait, there's a whole
Tron
thing
Legacy
below.
takes place in like whenever.
If you show more,
Tron Legacy takes place in 1983.
We got the whole Tron.
The graphics massively improved.
2.0, Legacy.
Yeah,
2010.
2010. Yeah, see, it just takes place in like the time. Tron Ares, set in this 2025.
Wow. Oh, I think there's a new one. I think they're trying to make a new one. Yeah.
Humankind's first encounter with AI beings from the digital world.
That sounds very Westworld.
They escape.
Future world. Westworld.
I mean, it sounds like the beginning of
we
Cyberpunk.
did that show, Sean, on Westworld. We predicted everything.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. The We Know Nothing.
Yeah, things we
know nothing about.
No, that's something else. What do we call it? It was. It was something real dumb. It was like we don't know what we're talking about.
So you guessed everything in
Westworld. We predicted. Sean and I predicted it all. We're like Sean and I were like the Nostradamus of Westworld.
Yeah, no, you guys.
And then we just fell off, like it just being. I don't know. I didn't like it once it stopped incorporating like the theme park as much.
Right.
I didn't keep
the real world.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah, I never really kept.
But Chris Marone is in that.
Who?
Chris Marone.
I'm not sure who that is.
He was in Plus One.
Oh.
Was he
the main guy in Plus One?
No.
Chris Marone. I don't know. This guy? Is he
that's definitely not him. Put like IMDb beside him or something.
That dude. I'm Chris Marone.
This guy is very Brando looking.
Let me see.
He's got a good Brando look to him.
Oh, does he play like he plays like the best friend in that?
Yeah, see to the left, that was the thing from
Yeah, well, I've seen this guy.
He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Let's
talk about Plus One. How about that? That's a movie that doesn't get enough.
That doesn't really get enough attention.
It doesn't get enough attention, enough love.
And I feel like it was a warning for things to come.
I showed my girlfriend Plus One.
Oh, really?
Just so I could show her you.
So give us a little background on your. No, not that one.
Not that one. That's it. That's too new.
Plus One in 2013, I think. Maybe. Yeah, that's the one. But if you find it on Amazon Prime, it's Plus One spelled out, not Plus One.
Yeah.
Mathematically, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah. Which don't get that mistake. Times one, which would just be one.
Right.
Yeah, this was like Party X or whatever was the name of that movie.
What?
Project X.
Project X. You talking about the Aerosmith video game?
No, the party movie.
You know what I'm talking about? The shooter up Aerosmith arcade game? Generation X. That's what that was called. Generation X.
Oh God, I know. I mean that seems familiar, but not in a very clear.
This is nothing like an Aerosmith video game.
No, absolutely not.
Project X was a movie.
There you are.
There I was.
There he was.
There's Joey Naps.
Joey Naps.
And Ron Ogden, his shoulder.
Yep.
And her and him.
Okay, so.
And then that other kid is Nova or whatever from the Spider-Man cartoon that came out like around 2015.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
Nova, the guy, he's like
Is he talking about?
He's part of the Nova Prime or whatever.
Oh, you talking about? His name is like.
He gets the magic helmet.
It's Nova. He's like the main
Nova.
It's just Nova, I think. Yeah.
But which is why Marvel's confusing at times. They have a hero.
Because then there's like the Nova Force.
Right.
But I think Nova is a part of the Nova Force. Right?
Yeah.
But he's like a super powerful version of the Nova Force.
Yeah, he's like a magic version.
Yeah, you're talking about the PBS show, Nova.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that show.
It's a great show.
Great science show.
Supernova.
That and PBS Space Time on YouTube.
Champagne Supernova.
Oh yeah. Well, you're always my Wonderwall, buddy.
Thank you.
In a way, this room is kind of like an oasis.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, like these real trees we have growing here.
Growing under studio lights. It's amazing.
Yeah. And you in our tool room.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel being in that tool closet away from everybody?
I feel isolated yet safe.
But there's still trees growing there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful tool shed.
Yeah.
It's lacking tools to trim the trees, but
looks like there's a broom handle behind you.
Yeah, a broom handle. Looks like some wrapping paper, a ring light.
Yeah.
Oh, those are, they call them gels.
Oh, are those gels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gels,
I thought they were.
No, Byron.
Wrapping paper.
Yeah,
it's like, why would that be here? But you're right, they are gels. Looks like a diffuser and a gel and an ND filter. Look at that.
Did you? Oh no, the whole place is coming down.
Imagine if this place was
fix
filled
that.
with static electricity.
We think that might be the case. God.
Excuse us. We don't have one of those things that just goes. And it has like the
technical difficulties. Yeah. You need to make one of those.
Yeah, we do.
Just like a cartoon caricature of you, like spilling a box of whatever all over. Yeah, fire.
We're having technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
I love the old technical difficulties bit.
Yeah, dude.
It's a good bit.
Remember back in the day when
you had technical difficulties?
Yeah, no, when you would go to sleep because like TV quit playing shows and just play the national anthem with a video of a flag, like blissfully.
We did that. So at the end, didn't we do that, Sean? At the end of our like Christmas feed or whatever, didn't we just cut to the national anthem like old?
I don't know. Yeah.
Old TV. I feel like we did something kind of like that. If not,
I missed that because it was
I'd love to bring that.
It was like go to bed, and then it eventually just became ShamWow and canned hair, advertisements at 3:00 in the morning.
There were also some of those like the 900 numbers
at Jackie 2.
Oh, that would be
is that your wife?
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, that's your girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend.
So your girlfriend's name is Jackie.
Her name's Jacqueline.
Oh, okay, because that's my wife's.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute.
They're not the same woman.
Well, okay.
Well, I don't know where she is right now.
Jackie 2.
Jackie 2 would be my girlfriend.
And his wife.
That would be... yeah, but it's spelled different. Isn't Jackie spelled with a Q?
Yeah, it's Jacqueline with a Q. Or is her full name Jacqueline?
It's Jacqueline, yeah. But it's spelled
Jacqueline?
like... Yes, Jacqueline, yeah.
And yours is Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. So Jacqueline and Jacqueline.
Yeah, yeah.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
It's French.
Yeah, it's French. Jacqueline.
And yours is Spanish, right?
Yeah, so Jacqueline.
Jacqueline and
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Jacqueline. Hello, I'm Yeshua in Yiddish.
Yeah, just like your Yeshua.
Yeah, which also means Jesus.
I mean, in Spanish, I'm not Byron, I'm Baron.
Baron?
Baron. Yeah.
I've always thought of you as a baron.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I like to think of myself as a baron, too.
Baron, Byron, Von Youngblood.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I like to put Vons in front of everything.
Yeah, it's good.
Josh Von Warren.
Yeah.
Sir, S-E-R.
You should just put Esquire at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you have your law firm, right?
Yeah, Esquire.
You
Yeah.
have an Esquire in there too.
Baron Byron
Youngblood,
Esquire.
Let's just give ourselves the most pretentious titles we can.
So yeah, later on the agenda, tornadoes.
Oh yeah, I had one hit my neighborhood last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a survivor.
I am a survivor. Luckily, it didn't hit my house. It did take a tree down in the woods behind my house. But like I'm at one end of the neighborhood, and it hit and like really screwed up some houses on the far end of the neighborhood.
And
then like the forest across the street looks like
we're in tornado season right now.
So. Yeah, I know.
We've had tornado watches like every other night.
Well, a watch, just to clarify, a watch is not as dangerous as a warning.
Yeah. So watch means it could form. But a warning means they've seen circular patterns, at least in the weather. Doesn't mean tornadoes touched down yet, but they've seen like cyclical weather pattern.
Yeah. It's like they're seeing circles.
Or cyclonal.
They're seeing circles in the air.
Circles in the air.
And that's usually an indicator that tornadoes might be on the way.
Circles in the air.
Circles in the air.
That's the name of our twister.
Circles in the air. No, I was in Tennessee last week visiting my parents, and like that bad weather front came through.
Yeah, I was on the same.
Yeah.
I was on the Kentucky-Tennessee border.
Yeah, and I was probably literally like 30 miles from you at the most. You should have told me.
We were in Franklin.
Franklin, yes, close.
Now we're Franklin, Kentucky.
Oh, that's still close, yeah.
Wait, Franklin, Kentucky?
Yeah, right down from the Kentucky Downs.
That's close. Like I was in Hendersonville, but like it came through. We had to go hide in the basement because, like, I mean, that wind was going sideways. Like, it was sideways.
There were people still. The casino was packed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Both times we passed it.
Yeah. Oh, those people won't move for anything.
Yeah, they were like,
some old lady with a death grip on that fucking lever on the.
And she's
as
like,
the tornado's like pulling her away.
Yeah. And like the coins are just like.
She gets jackpot right as it takes her away.
Man, that's a scene from Circles in the Sky.
Scenes from Circles in the Sky. That's our B-movie version of Twister, Circles in the Sky.
And then the next one, Circles.
Just circles.
Circles.
Yeah.
Circles.
Circle
in the sky.
Circles.
And then circles in the sky.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then the knockoff of those movies is called Funnels.
Yeah.
It's people getting stuck inside of funnel cakes.
Yes. Funnels in the air.
Funnels in the air.
And it's just taking funnel cake batter.
Yeah.
Making giant funnel cake tornadoes that are.
Or you really want to go knock off with it, you just like dust devils. It's like those little small shitty tornadoes that happen in the desert. It's like dust devils. One dust devil's not a problem, but what about 100?
And then it's still like
it's a super dust devil. I didn't bring my goggles.
Oh, I think I got sand in my eye. Oh, I'm good.
It stripped the paint off my car.
But it looks better as brushed steel.
Yeah, it's nice. Just put a coat of protection on it.
Yeah, everything the Dust Devil does actually just improves the things around it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just fixes things.
Yeah. There were
it's like a broken park bench, and they come by, and then it's like shiny and new.
One of those little tiny bugs.
Oh, this Dust Devil knows how to weld a solder joint.
One of those little tiny bugs that get on plants and vegetables.
Aphids,
yeah. Dust Devil comes through, and there's no aphids.
aphids.
Yeah, they're all like, just peels off their exoskeleton.
And all the plants thrive.
They bloom.
I mean, if you can make a movie called Sharknado, we can make this.
We can make a movie that's Megalodon-nado.
Yeah, I mean,
Megalodon or Shark Hurricane, Sharkicane.
Sharkicane, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Or maybe Swordfishicane. That way it's just like shark-pointed swordfish flying through the tailing people.
Narwhal.
Yeah, marlins and narwhals.
It sounds like a fantasy.
Narwhal.
These things are they're
Narwhal
ravishing like where hobbits live.
Oh yeah.
with the
Shire.
Yeah, the Shire.
They all look like fantasy creatures. Oh, did you know that there's a Hobbit hovel?
Hobbit hovel?
Like a whole Hobbit town in Tennessee.
What? Why?
I don't know. You go and visit there and stay. And take your
for
girlfriend
hobbits?
or
Is it
boyfriend
like?
or whatever.
Is it like?
No, it's for people to go stay in a fantasy.
Well, I understand, but is it like built up like the Shire in Lord of the Rings, like when you go to like New Zealand to see the set, like where
it's like roundish looking,
and built into the hills and stuff. Oh, huts. Okay, yeah.
That look very fantastical and like very like the
fairy tale esque.
Yeah, like the way that they put the stuff on the ground to make ground. You know, the stuff you put on the ground to make flooring, outdoor flooring.
Oh,
stuff.
like
patio stuff.
Oh yeah, like little
tiles.
Tiles. Yeah.
There's a lot of tiles. There's a lot
That's
of
the
tiles
word we were looking for. Tiles.
This is brought to you by Tiles.
So this is a place where you can go and like it's like a bed and breakfast or something, or
I don't know. I just saw it for a split second on Instagram, and then I may have sent it to somebody, so I might be able to find it.
No,
but it's only 3 hours outside of Atlanta in Tennessee.
Now I did go to that little town in Alabama. Well, it's not a little town; it's the set for Big Fish, the town that he goes to. That was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, half of it burnt down. I think like a year or two ago.
Because of
you.
No, not because of me.
Arsonist?
No, I think it was just lightning strike.
Like
the church burned. When I went there, because it's like a set, so it's like these, half-scale buildings and stuff like that, and they're pretty much empty and whatnot. So it's like what's left over of the set and like this tree.
So wait, did he just go, I'm all right, I'm done filming here, I'm out, and then left all that stuff?
Yeah, left it all there. Like you can go see it.
Who's he?
The director, Tim Burton. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
Never watched.
You can go there, and there's a bunch of really sweet but feral goats, and so they'll come up to you and let you pet them and everything.
They're the ones with the
sideway pupils and stuff. Yeah.
I had a girlfriend that was terrible.
I mean, I would be too. They can be mean. They can be sweet, but they can be mean as shit too.
Where's that place in South Georgia? It's
a lot of places.
It's like it's like a farm to table little getaway town.
You sure it's not North Georgia? You talking about Serenbe?
Yeah, Serenbe.
That's North Georgia.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100.
I thought it was south of Atlanta.
I thought it was south of Atlanta.
Serenbe? I think it's
south of Atlanta.
It's beautiful though. You can look Plus One, brought to you by Plus One.
Brought to you by Serenbe.
On Amazon Prime, spelled PLUSON.
Chattahoochee Hills. All right, let's zoom out. I'm curious. I thought it was south. For some reason, I always thought it was south.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, you're right. Southwest.
Wow.
That's also not where I thought it would be. I thought it would be south.
I thought it would be southeast. Yeah, and I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there.
I'll be down.
And it's, but it's beautiful.
And the idea of this place is that it's like a
like
a community where there's like a garden.
Well, yeah, it's like co-op, isn't it?
It's like a
commune or something like that. Yeah,
farms. Yeah. And like they have a small theater. We should see about going down there and doing some type of show.
Let's do it. Let's. I'll contact my client, see if Geary Part 2 Son of Geary wants to perform.
Like
example of new urbanism.
Okay.
What's new urbanism?
It's like Nouvelle urbanism.
Nouvelle.
Nouvelle modern.
Nouvelle. No. Yeah.
It's old timey but new timey.
I mean, new urbanism sounds like what I just thought was urbanism.
New urbanism sounds like a '90s alt rock band.
Yeah.
What you were talking about earlier?
This is
Get what you
I
need.
didn't know it was called human scale design.
What the hell is that?
Emphasizing connected. Well, because so that you can like walk to places or it's a short ride on a scooter or
so it's like 15-minute cities, stuff like that.
This is your utopia.
I mean, it's apparently that's
Serenbe's your utopia.
But it doesn't sound like my kind of style.
But like,
I just like, I like.
I mean, but look at it. Look at what they're planning. That might be your style with what they're planning. They have blueprints on that other page, I think.
This is just whatever new
walkability.
Yeah, connectivity.
Connectivity.
This is what I'm talking about.
Mixed use and diversity.
Yeah. So like one of the problems that a lot of the design of our urban design now is that it's because it's car centric. Everything is at car scale because you have to have places to. You have to be able to like go to. You have to park your car somewhere.
Yeah.
Cars take up a lot of space when they're not even being used.
What if we did like those kids cars?
Oh, like the Flintstone style car?
No,
little Tykes. The little Tykes. The red one with the power wheels.
Like what if we just made tiny versions of cars?
So we used to have that. They were called cars.
Yeah.
And now they're all SUVs and trucks.
Yeah.
Cars are just not very small anymore. I drive that Honda Fit. Honda doesn't even make the Honda Fit for America anymore.
Yeah. Like cars have gotten gigantic.
Cars are huge.
I mean, what we really need to do, the real solution is mass transit.
Well, I think there's a combination of. I think it's a combination of things. It's not just. I mean, mass transit is a big part of that.
Sure.
Because mass transit would obviously help with like Atlanta, because we have a lot of people that don't live near where they're commuting to or where they're going.
Yeah.
But that's also because of how they designed everything to be car centric. So like even in areas like where people have to drive into town, the suburbs and stuff, like those areas, you can't put like a coffee shop in your neighborhood because it's all this like single family housing kind of stuff.
Agreed.
And there's like a in probably in new urbanist circles, they probably use this term called the missing middle, where there's like you have this like very low density single family homes, and then you have high density like
so you don't have like the mid density.
And the way to create that is to do things like taking those existing areas that are kind of in town, and you see it. We're doing a lot in Atlanta, but you take those areas that are maybe mostly neighborhoods or mostly residential, and you allow them to build little pockets of commercial and retail spaces.
Right. So maybe like this block right here, or this face of this block is retail or commercial space. And
I mean, you see it in like over in like I would say Kirkwood. You see that in a few, like Kirkwood has sort of a little, it's a neighborhood. It's like a residential area, but there's sort of a little commercial center district. Oakhurst in Decatur is kind of like that too. It's got that little area, and you can sort of like naturally grow if you allow people to say, oh, I can make this space into a restaurant, or I can have multiple housing units in where one unit used to be. And if you allow that, then things start to grow with a reasonable amount of density that still maintains that like character of the neighborhood, but it can still accommodate more people.
Agreed.
And the problem right now is you end up building like a bunch of apartment complexes which have a giant like same size building that houses all of their cars, and all those cars have to, the only way they get around is by taking those on the streets that are already like, we can't expand the streets anymore.
I agree.
And when you do that, it doesn't actually seem to help.
I will say like Bogota, I went to Bogota a few weeks ago to visit my girlfriend, and I like Bogota a lot. I will say their city design, I mean there's still traffic, don't get me wrong, but their city design I think is a lot smarter in some ways than like American city design, because you'll have like, you might have this big like apartment building or tower that houses people, right? But then at the base of it, like there are stores, and there's stores all around it. And like when I was there, we rented this apartment, like a small apartment, for like a couple of weeks, and we could just walk down to the street and we could go to the grocery store, which was like a block away, or we could go to this, that, or the other. Like there was like a small mall next to us, so we could go grab like something at the food court if we want. Like it was very convenient, very easy to do. And like in America, there's nothing like that.
I mean, and if you live in a place that it can have that, it's like expensive. And it doesn't have to be. Like, it really doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Like, it's just because we've designed everything to be car-centric. Yeah. So there's an expectation that everybody's going to have a car to get around. And I think that's going to be more difficult to justify as cars continue to get larger and more expensive.
Agreed.
I mean, cars are very expensive right now.
Very expensive.
And they're going to get more expensive. Oh, yeah. So, like, even car insurance has gotten so expensive, too. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, the cost of owning a car, whether it is, and I mean,
the cost of owning a car is ridiculous.
It's a lot.
Even if you have it paid off, like you still have to factor in gas, oil changes, insurance, and then
Yeah.
You know, any sort of maintenance that has to come along with it.
Yeah.
You know, like you're at bare minimum you're probably paying an extra $5,000 a year just in those costs.
Yeah. And that's like to have something that most people wish they didn't have to do as often.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have
like,
to drive. I wish I could
right?
take my motorcycle everywhere. It's just like this country is not
necessarily
built for like a motorcycle as your main commuter, you know. Like,
but it's just, you know, but like it could.
It could.
Like, it could.
I 100% could.
Like I think and I think as cars continue to get more expensive, you're gonna have to, and we don't have the infrastructure for things like mass transit that can accommodate that. You're gonna have people looking to things more like motorcycles,
they definitely will.
Scooters,
they definitely will.
Bicycles. So like I think you're gonna open up. I mean, if car companies, I also think car companies could probably make smaller cars and people buy them.
They absolutely.
Like right now, they're like, "Oh, here's our cheapest car. It's $30,000." And it's like, I remember when I was looking for a new car, and I was looking at ones that were like $10,000, like a Toyota
10
Yaris.
to 15 grand.
Yeah,
like bare bones. Like roll down the window with the handle.
I mean, I had a Ford Focus, 2000 Ford Focus, and it had electric like remote locks. That were electric, but it still had crank
windows.
Still had to roll down the windows. It's just weird because I remember at that point I was like, "This is the year 2000. I still got to roll down my own window." I also talked like that when I was.
Goddamn.
But yeah. Anyway, like so, I think that you're going to see more demand for that, and then that's going to create more demand for safer spaces for people that are not using cars to transport themselves. And you're seeing this a lot you see it a lot here in Atlanta, and especially in how they're designing and redoing a lot of the roads.
Yeah.
So there's always more. There's this idea of this complete streets concept where you're whenever you redo a road, that you do it to accommodate more modes of transportation that are not just cars.
Sure.
And the idea for DeKalb Avenue here, when they were repaving it, was that it was going to be a complete street all the way down because they were eliminating that like suicide lane. That was down the middle. But they ended up not doing that. But they've redone the road, so it's only two ways.
It looks a lot better now. Like I remember when I used to live in Decatur, and I'd come to the theater, and I'd drive down that road.
Yeah, the road's awful.
I'd be on my motorcycle, and like if you don't know much about motorcycles, like they're not as easy as driving a car, obviously, because you really have to take into account, like if you're a racer. Like if you're like a race car driver, you have to take into account things like road conditions, like road surfaces and stuff like that. The average driver doesn't, right? Your tires, unless you're driving like an idiot, your tires are going to probably be sufficient for most cases, right? Even if you hit like a patch of gravel or some shit. A motorcycle, you have to be totally aware of what surface you're about to ride over. Is it painted? Then it's going to be slicker. And right there where Fox Brothers and that railroad tracks, where it was like 6 or 7 different types of roads. Like
that was like going through a war zone.
Yeah, dude, it looked like it was bombed out, and I had to drive over that. I would always like slow down. You're just like,
I mean, I can feel every bump of that in my car every time I'm driving that way. I mean, I ride my bike a lot, and same kind of thing. Like a lot of the road conditions are not fit for a bicycle.
No.
And like there's this part I was. So I have like a carrier that I can take my daughter, like that she can go.
You get like a little sidecar?
It's like a little sidecar that's in the back. It's like a trailer.
Yeah.
She loves it. And I went to go pick her up from school. So it was empty, thankfully. But I was going over these like train tracks to get onto like a path, a trail, bike trail.
Sure.
And so I go over these train tracks, and it's like the most beat up, like all the wood that's on the train track. It's like rotted. And so it's like, I have these like tires that are like super thin. They're like an inch thick or something, like wide. So it's not even like the road tires. They're not built for like going through this ruggedness. So it's like already bumpy, and then I turn, and then the trailer like knocked over, and it's like dragging. I'm like, I gotta just get off the road.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank God Rosie wasn't in it. But also like it probably wouldn't have toppled over if she was in it, because there would have been weight in it.
Yeah.
It still like freaked me out.
Oh sure.
And I was like, man. And that was just from the conditions of the road, which I like. I mean, when it comes to riding a bike, I'm always trying to use like all the paths that are available to me.
Sure.
And all the like.
I mean, it's just safer for you anyways.
Exactly.
The way people drive around here.
I would rather not be anywhere near cars.
Yeah.
But like, there are some times when I'm like, man, like it would be so much faster if I could take the same routes cars took.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things I used to live in Atlanta and I drove my motorcycle everywhere. Like that, it was the most dangerous driving in the city. I could go out on the freeway, I'm doing like 80, 85, and I felt much safer. I had far less chances of accidents happening. But in the city, it's just like constantly somebody's darting out in front of you or whatever, or you're hitting like shitty road conditions. Like it's dangerous. I think the problem with this country is we let the car industry kind of dictate our transportation policy,
right?
When we should have been smart. I mean, it's a huge country. Like having single car driving road is dumb. Like, I mean, we need to have them go across the country, but being that the main source of like travel, when you could just have passenger trains, like even if you don't want to do intercity mass transit, just like but just like intercontinental mass transit, it's like you need more infrastructure, you need more railroads, and it would carry so many people. It'd probably be a lot cheaper than flying. It'd definitely be a lot greener than flying,
I don't understand how they can't do, like they want to, why it's not possible to make like a high-speed rail network.
Yeah.
Like why that's not possible. I feel like there's so many opportunities for people to just work on that. There's so many jobs with that because that's go through all the states. If you, and it would help with things like there was, when it seemed like planes were crashing every other day.
Yeah, well, they just crashed yesterday.
Oh, another one did.
Or there was like a helicopter crash, killed 6 people, and then like a plane full of lawmakers clipped wings with another plane.
So, anyway, yeah, one of those stories was like a flight that was going from like Atlanta to like Chattanooga, or something like that, where I'm just like, that is
dumb
in an absurdly short period. That is a 2-hour drive.
It's
from
a 2-hour
Atlanta.
drive,
and like I understand there's like connecting flights or something, but that should never be an option. That should not be a leg.
That'd be a 45-minute high-speed rail train
ride. Exactly. And it would you could just have it go up 75, and it would be like it's already
straight
there.
up.
But we'll put in Peach Pass lanes or whatever instead of like building something like that. But like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, well, maybe the part of the problem is we have too many airplanes. And one of the crazier this is more of a crazier thing where I'm like, this would be nuts if it happens. But it's possible.
Sure.
Due to climate change, the jet streams and stuff are changing. And you may have noticed that flights may feel a little bit more turbulent lately.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Apparently, this is a worldwide thing because of how the air is different.
No.
It's changing, and it may make, like, flight not possible for certain things. Yeah, for certain routes that they take for, like, international and stuff. If it gets too bad, we won't be able to use... Like, we'll have to change.
I didn't know. I mean, it makes sense that it could change like the air sort of turbulence and everything.
If the turbulence,
but I never thought about that, and I never thought it would get so bad that we couldn't even.
Well, I mean, I don't know how far off this is, but it seems like it's a possibility.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I will say, like the past couple flights I've been on, one was pretty smooth, but like one was like it definitely hit some turbulence, and like the seatbelt sign was on for pretty much 80% of the flight.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just weird, right? Like, so you kind of have to you're kind of like, okay, we have a lot of our eggs in a couple baskets on transporting people across the country. It's cars and it's airplanes.
Yeah,
and it's like both of these are getting prohibitively expensive to use. And they're also like may not be feasible.
And they also have like super detrimental effects on the climate
and how we've structured our cities.
Yeah, exactly.
All kinds.
I mean, with the high-speed rail, you could run it through electricity, obviously. But even if you ran it on fossil burning fuels, it would still be more efficient
because you're transporting like hundreds of people.
Instead of like you could transport like 1,000. Like your best plane transports maybe like 350 people, and you could probably fit 1,000 people on a long enough train and easily get them from point A to point B. I mean, another thing, you could just do small yield nuclear reactors inside of them, kind of like they do submarines. And you would basically have, make it like steam powered, and you would basically have a 20-year fuel source, 25-year fuel source, you never have to worry about anything.
Yeah, people are not going to go for nuclear trains.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Right?
We just somebody needs to invent Mr. Fusion.
Well, I mean, but like you could essentially like the green aspect of it is that you can source your electricity from a lot of different places.
Oh, sure, you can tap in anywhere down the line.
Yeah, so you can get things like if you're going through Texas, all right, you got to use oil to power this thing, you know. But like maybe when you're going through like the desert, they're like, oh, it's all solar power. It doesn't really matter, right? Like I mean, as long as you're not all just doing one thing.
I wonder if you could pull a train on solar, or at least during the day, obviously, like because I mean trains are long, they're huge. That's a lot of surface area, especially on the roofs. Like if you just turn them into solar panels, like could it generate enough energy to kind of just keep the train going, at least during the day? You probably have to tap into some other fuel source or some other electrical supply during nights, obviously. But like I wonder, I would like to see the numbers on that.
I have no idea.
Me either.
I mean, why not just make the surface of the track solar panels, and then it's getting power when it's not even, it's powering.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Storing the power in the tracks or something. I don't know how they fucking work. Like they're like I don't know. They're like those high speed ones are like maglevs and stuff, right? Like
yes,
those like
those
so
are
those
maglevs.
Are like how are those even?
Those are pumped full of electricity. Yeah.
Yeah.
High voltage electricity causing the magnets to repel, and
But I mean, how much do you really need? Once it's levitating, right?
Yeah.
Once it's levitating.
Well, that's what makes them efficient, is because like all that power makes them levitate, and then you're really only fighting air drag. You're not fighting friction drag from the tracks, right?
So they're pretty fast and they're efficient.
Yeah, for the most, as far as I know. I'm obviously not an engineer, nor am I. Nor am I a mass transport engineer.
I will say it's probably better than if everybody on that train had a car like the same.
Oh, 100%.
I can guarantee that.
100%. More efficient in cars at high speeds, but less efficient than existing buses and conventional trains.
I wouldn't use them for what a bus route is, right?
Yeah,
like
this
you
would be long
term.
term. This would be like I'm going from Atlanta to San Francisco.
Or
like if I'm going from Atlanta to Chattanooga, maybe, or I can just use another high-speed train that does 100 miles an hour, and I'd still be there in like an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, it seems doable because it's also like we have like, it's not like we don't have like an existing network of like train tracks,
right?
And I think you could also build things like this on top of like, you take out 2 lanes of a highway that's already exists.
Yeah, run it down the side of the highway.
Down the middle.
Yeah.
Take out those beach passes, dude.
I'm telling you.
Maglev. Oh,
Sandwich.
Yeah, he wants the 285 sandwich.
I'm talking about the sandwich.
What's the sandwich? Oh, between the
no,
like
vertical sandwich. He thinks more lanes vertically is going to be better.
And then you have one that shoots like from Atlanta to Jimmy Carter. Sandwich lanes.
Some express lanes that are.
So like you got the pickle lane, the tomato lane, the mayonnaise lane, the cheese lane.
I got you.
And then the buns are real.
God, that'd be so expensive though. Building sort of like suspended. I mean, not suspended, but like raised roadways is so expensive.
So you call those top and the bottom layers the buns, and they go from Georgia to Florida.
So instead of Spaghetti Junction, now we have Hamburger Alley or whatever it's called.
Spaghetti Junction
just part of it. It's part of the sandwich.
Okay.
So basically, if we just
spaghetti sandwich,
just pave the entire world, with lanes, and you're good. Then you won't be stuck in traffic.
Turn the world into one giant parking lot.
Hey, get your cheap viewers on Streambo.com.
Cheap viewers on Streambo. Remove the space.
How many people we got now?
4 people.
Nice.
Right. Equilibrium.
Jackie, are you there?
This is the one complaint is that it's 9,000 degrees in here.
It's a little warm.
It is a little warm.
Get open the door, also kick on the AC outside, pump it.
What if we got those tiny
fans?
Yeah, that you just and sprayed water.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
The mist fans.
Nice.
Mist fans.
And then we could do mist fan commercials.
Yeah.
I feel like I never see those anymore. I feel like we used to see those all the time.
Or even just
those little ones with the foam. little foam propeller. It goes, zzz, and then there was some that would have a little spray bottle.
Yeah, I had one that had a little spray bottle where it spray you in the face.
I mean, like, because the favorite place in Brave Stadium was the Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the Mr. Misty Zone.
Yeah, it was like the standing room area that was like had all the misting.
You just go stand there and
just get wet.
Yeah, you get a little
sopping wet. So moist.
Yeah, it sort of was like somebody was just kind of going on your face.
But they're really hydrated.
Gentle raspberry.
Yeah, and then I would get a frozen lemonade there too.
Oh man, frozen lemonades.
Dude,
would really go for.
You need to come to Columbia and try their coconut lemonade.
So is it coconut water and lemonade?
I think it's more like coconut water and coconut cream and lemonade. Like it's not like thick like a milkshake, but it's not just like the consistency of water like regular lemonade, and it is marvelous.
Is it chunky though?
It's not chunky, no.
Because I don't like coconut water with the chunks.
No, it's not chunky. It's not chunky.
I opened a thing of dog treats yesterday. You were on the phone with me.
I was.
I heard about this. They were all molded.
Really?
Completely closed. Opened it up. Every last one of them.
Gross.
Mold. That was disgusting. You know, in Ripley's Believe It or Not, there's a guy who got his face eaten off, collapse faced. And his whole face
was eaten off,
collapsed into his.
I remember this guy.
I know.
I remember this guy.
Yeah, I know face.
Yeah.
He took off his nose.
And
that guy,
maybe
he could take off his nose, and he's like,
it
just snaps on. And you can see his tongue through the hole in his mouth and his face.
He looks like something from Total Recall. So this guy, you know what caused it?
Moldy dog
fasciitis.
Ordinary bread mold.
Ordinary bread mold ate his face off.
Or not.
What? How did ordinary bread? Did he just have like a compromised immune system and
or he just
took hold, or
just sucked it all up in his face?
It's just fucking blowing lines of bread mold.
Bread mold face guy. That might be it right there.
Bread mold face guy.
There you go.
There he is.
Ah! See, I can't.
Yeah. I remember this guy.
I can't look at this guy.
Yeah,
it's horrifying. How did he get
Poor
the
bastard.
bread mold?
Rare fungus that came from the bread mold.
Oh man.
So what did he sniff the mold? Like, look at.
Well, I mean,
him.
he might have
he
might have been
just
making
made
a
a
sandwich, or he might have ate a sandwich, didn't realize it had mold on it.
I've done that before.
Yeah, and like that's just.
But like, what if you eat a sandwich, you got mold on it? Boom! You get a mouth for a head.
I heard a story of a girl who like stepped on like a toothpick, and it basically caused all her skin to slough off.
What?
Yeah.
Slough off?
Yeah, you know what sloughing is, right?
Slough?
Like a degloving effect?
Kind of like your skin just kind of peels, like falls off.
So
And
she
survived.
all muscle.
But yeah, she's just a muscle.
No, but it's like imagine like
exhibit.
it's more like I think like imagine if I just removed like the top layer or two of your skin and it's just that raw pink skin underneath. I think that's kind of what it was.
But would that feel kind of refreshing? You think?
No.
Like a cleansing,
Yeah,
like a spa, like
No.
peel.
If you've ever had raw skin, no.
I mean, I've had
Pull off
bad
my
sunburns.
Yeah.
The hell? Pull off my nail.
Pull off your nail.
Yeah, and then we'll.
The quick
skin.
kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But she she stepped on like a toothpick and then like she got some like weird bacterial infection or something.
Toothpickitis.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And it caused her skin to like slough off. It sounded horrible. Sloughing, yeah. Like a degloving of sorts.
Sloffing.
Sloughing? Yeah, I think so.
Sloughing.
That's the term.
I believe it's called sloughing, yeah.
Sloughing. Is it like molting?
Justin Molting?
Just
Justin
molting.
That guy is hideous.
Oh, sloth. It's more like it's spelled like dough, but with an SL instead of a D. So, a state of, sloughing. The cast off skin of a snake is considered sloughing.
The shedding of
That's what I was. That's what I was.
Okay, I thought that was like molting.
Like like Justin Malting.
Malting. Yeah, Justin Malting.
So,
well,
okay.
Fibrim.
It's getting pretty warm.
We should take a break.
Take a station identification break, and maybe
let's take a break.
Maybe take one to the head.
Yeah, I gotta go to the bed.
Let's take a break.
Take it to the head.
We'll be right back.
You want to give me head?
Maybe it's a good idea. Yeah.
If not, we love you all.
Ooh.